Super Benny here. It's Video Games Pickups 30, and it's a bit of a special one because it's our 1 year anniversary. We've been doing this over a year now. We've done some amazing pickups. We've done some great sort of tours around shops. We've found some amazing games and gained a lot of subscribers as well. So a big shout out to yourselves, and if you're new as well, hopefully you're along for this awesome ride. We've got something new, we've got something old, and something sort of borrowed in this episode. Let's talk about the new stuff recently, because we've been playing a lot of new games recently. I had a few sort of pre-orders. And I've been waiting on these for a while. I would say is, as well, if you are kind of struggling to get some of these new games that are like £60, £70, £80, I just want to shout out this website. It's called the Game Collection, the Game Collection or the Game Collective. I'll fix it in the editing. I'll show you. But they're a fantastic website that if you are from the UK, I'm not sure if they ship anywhere else Europe, but they are really, really good. You get extra points and that kind of stuff. You do get discounts. So initially, sometimes you can be off put by someone getting these pre-orders. Oh, it's £60, £70. So that little extra sort of discount, once you have pre-ordered a game or two, you do get a little bit of extra money off, which helped me get one of these other games in here. By knocking off some of those prices. So if you are really wanting to get something on the first day or pre-order some of these newer games, because I do collect for the PlayStation 5 and play some newer stuff, this does help with the price. Then you can't really collect other things. If you're buying stuff really expensive all the time, kind of affects your money, and money's tight for everyone these days, isn't it? It's a great website. Go check them out. As I say, I pre-ordered a couple of things from them. I've got loads of massive discounts from keep pre-ordering with them. So yeah, just helps out. So big shout out to them. The first one is Ghost of Yute. Now, I've made a couple of videos to it and saying excited how I am for Ghost of Yute. I did love Ghost of Tsushima. Completed that, platinum that, absolutely love playing around in that. This is another Japanese one. Fantastic little samurai game. I need to put some more hours into it, so I'll just give you sort of my initial thoughts. Very, very good, very, very beautiful, amazing graphics, great soundtrack. The graphics, the only sort of negatives I would say, like, because it's a massive open world again, sometimes the graphics do kind of sometimes mess up, and there's a few sort of glitches and that kind of stuff, but overall it's pretty good. Looks brilliant. As I say, I think, maybe like a remastered version of this or an update in the next couple of years or so will iron out a few of those kinks. I'm not too sure about sort of the woman protagonist. Nothing against that kind of stuff. It just kind of seems weird, kind of dressing up and changing too much of your outfits. I think that kind of takes away from some of the immersion. But other than that, it's, the combat's brutal, the scenery's amazing, and it's great exploring around, and it's a good escapism game. So I've been playing a lot of that. I'll hit on some of the other sort of games, like I did mention maybe a few months back about sort of Chronos The New Dawn and Silent Hill, and how Chronos The New Dawn was a good selection for me. I watch a lot of people play the new Silent Hill F. Both were I'm really, really hyped for, and I think I will play through sort of Silent Hill 2 and maybe Silent Hill F in the future. But to be spending, you kind of have to pick a lane and pick what you're going to choose. I did have some good fun on this, but I thought the combat again is getting a bit sort of grindy and a bit boring and tedious. The enemies could. I know it's survival horror and you're meant to be a bit sort of difficult, but at times it just takes away some sort of the fun away from me. But the setting's pretty good in this one. Silent Hill F again looks brilliant, but some of the combat could be a bit tedious and again kind of takes away. I want to just go and have some fun, a bit of a headache, and I think a lot of people shared that view where they've already sold the copy or didn't enjoy it as much or didn't want to sort of replay it as much. So maybe I'll pick that up in the future when it drops to like £10 or £15 or £20 or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of very, you have to, with PlayStation 5 games, you have to be sort of worried with these things. Expensive prices, and at the end of the day, you want to have fun. Anywho, I've been having a lot of fun with this next game. Now, this next game has been setting a lot of records and been blowing things out of the water. As I say, I used the game collection to pick this one up. Really, really dirt cheap. I think I'm nearly like £15 knocked off this one. Battlefield 6. Been absolutely smashing records. Like 7 million copies sold. It's from Battlefield Studios and EA. I don't want to always give them the props. Sometimes they're very sort of hit and miss. Sometimes with like other shooters in the past, like Apex, they haven't really always, updated and been kind of loyal and good to the fan base. So yeah, it does annoy me sometimes, just like FIFA and a few other kind of things. Previous iterations of this, like Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2046 weren't good. I mean, the settings were okay, but like the gameplay was tedious. The environment and the immersion in this, I think they've got Criterion Games who used to do like Burnout Revenge, and the graphics and the speed. You feel a lot of great immersion in here. There's explosions, there's lots of fights going on, there's lots of different modes as well to keep you inactive as well. There's like a single player, there's multiplayer, there's like a battle royale mode coming out, so there's lots to get involved with. You can even turn crossplay off if you don't want to avoid all those cheaters as well. But yeah, it's been absolutely massive, selling loads of copies as well, and it could be one of the games of the year. I think I will do like a game of the year sort of video, and I'll let you know which one gets my awards and that kind of stuff for the year. It's going to be tight this year. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6, and I think it's a really, really good shooter. I think it's really, really improved a lot, and lots of fun to be had. So let me know if you have been playing Battlefield 6 as well. I think it's great. I really think it's really good. Really, really good. I can't say enough good sort of things. As I say, it's been selling absolutely tons. Even like, it's been out maybe nearly 2 weeks now. Even so, the servers are still getting kind of full, and it's just the amount of people playing it right now. It's just insane. When you hit it right, you get it right. It's battle royales can still be super popular. If you get it wrong, it's not a bit fun or whatever, you'll get absolutely slated. But just like sort of Fortnite and a few of these games keep evolving, I think there's like a Simpsons map coming out for that soon. You've got to be rolling with the times, and you can actually make a lot of money. So yeah, 2 fantastic games I've been playing a lot of. So maybe you haven't seen a lot of videos lately, because I've been playing both of these fantastic games. So that's me sorted up until Christmas. I still haven't gotten around to playing much of Shinobi because I've been playing those 2. So yeah, right, into some older stuff, more Sega kind of stuff. I did in the previous video, we had loads of Sega Mega Drive. This is another Sega Mega Drive copy. I got rid of more like the Evangelion stuff from Spain and a few other things. I've rebought something a bit sort of unique instead of the trash I didn't want from those terrible shops back in the summer. So I've got something unique. It's Streets of Rage 2. Now, one of the, probably, in my opinion, one of the best games of all time. Streets of Rage 2 for the Genesis or the Mega Drive, as we say over here. We've got another Blockbuster copy. Now the funny thing in this, it says please return the instructions. If instructions are not returned, a $10 charge will place on your account. As you can see, there's no instructions, so someone got charged $10. I don't care. Y'all can suck my booty. So anyway, we've got Streets of Rage 2. I'll just show you a bit of a close-up here. So we've got the Blockbuster video sticker on the back with the rental code and the little stickers on the side. This is if you're opening up the cartridge and that kind of stuff and replacing it, and it says the little front on the cover. Something unique. I love Streets of Rage 2. Anything sort of to collect for. There's not an awful lot of merch around for Streets of Rage 2. I do have the copy back here. I've got a nice Genesis copy that was a rental copy, something you don't see every day. So yeah, very cool. On to a couple of vintage finds. I got these absolute dirt cheap. I've been looking at the Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn, a brief history back in the past with the Sega Saturn. Has some good games. I think it's an underrated console just before sort of, just after like the Mega Drive and going into the Dreamcast. It was getting into that CD kind of era and experimentation. There's some fantastic games. I've got Sega Ages, I've got Resident Evil, I've got a couple little of bits on there. So yeah, we've got a couple of Sega Saturn games, something old, yeah, and a series I absolutely love. I love Daytona. As I said in many sort of my videos, going back into the arcade on holidays, seeing the huge Daytona arcade machine, yeah, back in the old arcade, and the music, Daytona, just great little fun. I think it used to cost like 50 pence or so to play on the arcade in that one. Yeah, absolutely fantastic fun game from AM2, who's made Virtua Fighter, and he went on to make, he did Space Harrier. He also did Outrun and went on to make Shenmue with Yu Suzuki there. So yeah, complete with the manuals. The box is a bit tatty on one of them, but just to have the Daytona games. I did have it for the Dreamcast, but I swapped that for the old Space Harrier. So to have some Daytona love in my collection is brilliant. The other thing he had in the collection, what he was selling, was a big box copy. Now there is a few big box copies on the Sega Saturn. They did Panzer Dragoon, which goes for crazy amounts. There is King of Fighters, which really takes my sort of fancy as well. But it's not. It's expensive, very expensive. But yeah, you do get the occasional big box versions. Now, this big box version has seen better days, by no means, but yeah, they go for a pretty penny online. I got this for like 25 quid. Yeah, pretty rare. I mean, Virtua Fighter these days, with the modern graphics and 3D, this is very sort of experimental with the polygons and that kind of stuff. But when the arcade came out, as I've got Daytona there was Daytona, there was Virtua Racing, I think there was Afterburner in the arcades, there was Streets of Rage 2 in the original arcade centres there, and some very old sort of shooters and that kind of stuff. This was kind of groundbreaking back in the day, much before your Tekkens and that kind of stuff. To have 3D characters was like, oh, that is the future, back in the early 90s. Which is nearly 30 years ago now. This is Virtua Fighter Remix, so it comes in this nice little jewel case as well. As I say, it's seen better days, this one. It's kind of sellotaped in there, and yeah, but a nice big box version, just to, again, for about 30 years old, a big box version of Virtua Fighter Remix on the Saturn. We'll have that. We'll hold on to that. Yeah, a nice little decent pickups video, we've got some old school classics, Daytona for the memories. Sort of a bit of a rarity there, Virtua Fighter Remix. You don't see that very often for the price and that kind of thing. We've got something a bit borrowed here with Streets of Rage, rental copy for the Genesis, a massive like little rarity you never see. And we've been having fun playing with the multiplayers and the new games with Ghost of Yotei there. So yeah, happy anniversary to everyone. Please hit a massive smash on the like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Or just leave a comment, everything sort of helps reach more people and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's always enjoyable to chat about video games, video game history and nostalgia and that kind of stuff. So yeah, from me, Carlos, this is Video Games Pickups 30 and a very happy anniversary to the channel. We'll see you in the next Pickups videos. And we've hit a big one, 30 episodes in this one, and what a journey it's been so far. Yeah, some amazing pickup videos. This was no different. So yeah, see you soon.